What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike.
And I'm John.
We're the DIY Topic Guys. Today's episode, we're going to be touching on Miami building collapsing. We're going to be hitting on Subway, not using tuna in their tuna. And we're going to be continuing our journey through 90s nostalgia. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, post notifications, all that stuff. Follow us on all the socials. Let's hop into this right now. Alright, John, hitting with the largest hitter right now, deja vu of 2001, Miami building collapsing.
Dude. I mean, headlines first, I guess. 99 people missing, 10 hurt, at least 1 dead.
I mean, not to make light of the situation, I know they put missing when they're unaccounted for, but I can probably tell you where they are.
They're under a pile of rubble, probably not doing so hot.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, so the building wasn't even that old. Like, I don't understand how this happens.
Yeah, it was built in 1981. They were currently undergoing their 40-year recertification.
Go ahead and mark an F for that one. That's a failed sticker if I ever saw one. Well, it's weird. Our inspector was running through the stairwell and the whole building collapsed. What do we do?
I wonder if the inspector is actually going to just fail it, or if he's still going to continue to report.
Like, all right, well, that's the West Wing. Let's see what the East Wing's got to offer. He's just running through, like, checking the pipes. I don't understand how, like, that kind of shit happens in, like, Africa.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this is Miami. Like, it's not...
Yeah, building built in 1981, it's a high-rise, so it has a different set of standards. I don't understand how it happened. I guess the only thing that really could possibly be it is if it, like, had years and years of hurricane damage.
Constantly
hitting it and hitting, yeah.
Even still, it's like a 12-story building. It's not super, super tall. It's not like it's a mega structure. You know what I mean? It's big, but it's not like...
6,000 residents, condos, that's
a lot of people in there.
people sleeping in their beds, just...
It happened at 1:30 in the morning. Is when it happened. So people were fast asleep, or some people might have been just getting home. It's insane. Almost as insane as some of the comments that Biden made. Like, naturally, that's just a common phrase now. Everyone knows crazy Biden talk. So Biden says they got in touch with FEMA because this is clearly a federal disaster at this point, and they're ready to move and give federal resources. And then he says to the people of Florida, whatever help you want the federal government to provide, we are waiting. Just ask and we'll be there. Again, not to make light of a bad situation, but 99 people, call it 100, even if they all died, call it 200, that's not federal level stuff.
No.
It's just not.
But when money isn't real anymore because you're Joe Biden, you kind of just give away the farm. It doesn't
Turn on the machines, just print them out. Print.
Well, something else happened. We gotta give away the farm again.
Just throw some more money at it. We'll fix it.
Yeah, it's said it's a tragedy to say the least, and I hope that there are some lessons to be learned, because maybe this is not the only building that is structurally inept.
Those were all Coke buildings. Yeah, I think Miami, that's all Coke funneled money. They were just building crap to build it to launder the money. You know, that's
drug lords.
Yeah,
not engineers.
Definitely not. Although some of them came from the same place, like Ecuador or somewhere like that.
Subway tuna, John.
Tuna. Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, first off, let's be real. Let's take a step back. Who the fuck is ordering a Subway tuna anything?
Yeah, it's true. So, for anyone who doesn't know, a newspaper sent a...
New York Times. The New York Times.
New York Times sent a bunch of subs to an independent lab, and they tested tuna, all tuna subs. They tested it, and the lab basically said that they could not find any correlation of the DNA from this to any of the 5 strains of
no tuna proteins. No tuna proteins in the tuna.
Yeah. So Subway came out and said that the way that they did it is not a reliable way to test processed tuna. That's kind of scary in itself, that it's so heavily processed
that they couldn't. There's no trace. A lab couldn't come up with a trace, not one speckle, not one smidgen, not one piece of seawater, nothing.
Yeah.
What?
Well, Subway's also the place that doesn't actually use bread.
It's no real bread. Do you think it's real tuna? Come on. The best is like the rebuttal that Subway had, because they said that in our tuna is 100% wild caught, served fresh, mixed with just mayo to our customer. It's not wild caught anything. Nothing at that store is wild anything. You're lucky any of that is real meat. Is it real pig? Is the ham real pig? Probably not.
It looks like meat.
It's pig substitute.
Probably.
I mean, so that might be hearsay. But the tuna is not. There's lab evidence that says no.
Well, see, if you're a lab and you are performing this study, they did not want to be named in the article.
Well, Subway's going to attack.
If you're an independent lab and you are confident in your results and what you did, you should be able to publish whatever your results are.
Should.
And stand behind them.
You should, but we live in the land of lawyers. And they will fuck you every which way from Sunday. And that's all a slander case. Boom. Oh, even if it's true, guess what? Your lawyers aren't as rich as our lawyers. And we'll just keep pounding you and pounding you and pounding you with motions and motion upon motion upon motion until you're out of money. And then we'll cripple you.
So you want to hear the real problem that I see in this? The USDA, U.S. Food and Drug Administration, has a seafood list made up of acceptable market names for seafood that can be sold. Mm-hmm. The Times noted that the FDA identifies 15 species of fish that can be labeled as tuna.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem in and of itself.
That's like cod. Cod, it's like haddock gets passed as cod all the time. So does a ton of other whitefish. It's weird. It's sketchy at the very least.
I'd say the problem seems to lie with the FDA.
I'll say one thing. 100% beef. That's a brand. That's not the quality of the beef.
90's nostalgia, John. Number 25, we are at being obsessed with your colorful Imac. Did you have one of these?
I didn't. You know, the thing I remember most about the IMAX is retarded enough is from Zoolander when he says it's like in the computer and like he hucks it off the balcony. That's like what I remember most about this computer in particular. I never had one. I wasn't into Macs at that point in time. It was too far away.
So my experience with these is being in elementary school, and we just had our computer lab, and they just bought 30 new, all different colored Macs. And we went in there and we were playing, I want to say it was like a version of like Fly Ribbon or Flappy Bird where you gotta go up and dodge and everything. That was my only real kind of intro into this. I think we were too young for that.
Yeah, if we were a little older, we would have gotten more, obviously would have been real deep into making it look cool. I mean, it fits the 90s so well. Like that's, when I see 90s, that computer is just there. It's just, I mean, the all-in-one, the big fucking back, the wild colors.
What else is 90s is
you go into number 26? Yeah, dude.
Read it off, John.
All right, so being disappointed when your anti-skip skips, because it never works. Anti-skip never worked. I mean, countless times we're being on the bus, hit a bump, skip. It's like a $200 Walkman. Like, I don't know, or discman, not even Walkman at that point. Walkman was the brand. I don't understand. But then it did, and then it magically worked one day. That technology just apparently somehow figured it out.
Yeah, Sony cornering the market on the pocket stereos.
Pocket stereos, brother. You couldn't even put them in your pocket if you tried. It was like this big on your hip.
That's true. Number 27, getting too spooked by your Goosebumps books to fall asleep. Were you a big Goosebumps fan?
But only because in elementary school we were like forced to go to the book fairs and buy books. I don't think I ever actually read them. I hated reading as a kid. Like, I had a million of these Goosebumps though. A million. The covers and shit were all cool. Like, you know what I mean? I was just like, R.L. Stine. You still to this day remember. It's like it's buried somewhere deep in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I had all of them. I remember I read all of them, and I liked getting it was captivating. Like, you would get the book, you would be enticed by the cover, trying to figure out what it was about. Yeah. Then I would always try to find the artist's signature in the cover. You ever do that?
I did not know that was a thing.
He signed every single one of his covers. Yep.
That's smart.
So I always looked for those.
I wonder if they're gonna talk about Animorphs, because I remember that and Animorphs right next to each other like all the time. Do you remember that shit?
Yep.
Like, I don't remember reading those either, but I remember the books.
Goosebumps is way better.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Alright, we're gonna hit on a couple more of these. Feeling like $1 million after getting frosted tips.
Did you ever get frosted tips?
Yes.
So did I. Everyone had frosted tips, bro. It was the shit. That was like, I remember.
Well, actually, so I didn't have frosted tips. I did
We did like a mix in or
I
whatever,
did the
right?
whole head.
Oh, you bleached the whole top?
Yeah,
That's
and
good.
it was a disaster because it wasn't supposed to be that way. So my mom was bleaching my hair, and the doorbell rang. So she went downstairs. It was only supposed to be in there for a couple minutes.
I bet you it was there for longer.
It was burning my
just looked
head.
shady?
It came out.
Like-
I was like pure albino, and it was just like, so after like 2 weeks, it finally started like growing out.
You got a little dirty blonde in there, a little
And then
Mark
I
McGrath,
had-
if you will.
Yeah, and then I had the frosted tips, and this next one, we're just gonna hit on this. I don't know anything really about it. Knowing all the words to Weezer's Blue album.
I couldn't, like, I like Weezer, not a huge fan, could not tell you what they're talking about. Okay, Buddy Holly, I know that song, but
Yeah, but I guess that's really it.
that's really it. Like, I couldn't tell you any of the other songs from that album at all. We'll hit one more just to end on an even number here. Number 30.
I don't know anything about this one. Either.
Wondering how those little gelatin balls floated in orbit soda. So it seems to me like this might have been like a precursor to like the boba tea, you know what I'm talking about, where they got that kind of thing. I don't remember Orbits at all. When I think Orbits, I think about like the Travelocity type site where like you save money on booking hotels and shit.
Or gum.
Orbits Gum, yeah, Orbits Gum, yeah, true that. These look interesting, I guess. It looks kind of like medicine, to be honest, actually.
Yeah, but
That's gonna do it. Yeah, that's gonna do it for today's episode, guys, because some of those ones weren't that exciting. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell us new topics to talk about. Keep the conversation going. We'll check you next time.